then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I go to video. Who's gonna chant?
Anybody talk about
Is there already 5 minutes?
Let's give us a number.
I don't have his number. How long it is. Well, I don't. No, I don't know.
Yeah, let's get
You should be on the wall, yeah.
Oh, and she's focused. That's what we
I'll go.
Joe, if you got a chance to look at it, did you get a chance to look at the email I sent you?
Yes, it did. It started to basically justifications and reasons for denial.
Right.
There is kind of
Right. And also.
and I can see where, and I didn't hear about it.
Yeah. And then they have to, they actually also have, well, we also have the email here. This, I don't know if you saw this section. It's all highlighted. That's not.
Got the machine. I got his answering machine.
Oh, okay, that's good. So you talking about? Yeah, no, I'm talking about here. This one? Yeah, that's it. I think it's.
Wow. So it's relatively new. Even 50 years old is not an old house. set of tires. I just leave a message on the house. I told the house phone and left a message. I'm sorry? I have no idea. Make sure your microphone's on, please.
Okay, we're waiting for our chairman to show up, but we're going to forge ahead and open the meeting and begin. Okay? So,
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ralph, you making a motion for the public comments?
yes.
I second it.
Well, we went backwards. We should have did the pledge afterwards, but that's okay.
Okay, so. It is the public hearing for Jerry and Monica's
Force us. Here. We'll go at the meeting.
All right, so is there anyone here to speak on this application?
They're here, Jerry and Monica Storza.
Okay. Nobody besides you guys? Do you want to come up and just give us a quick overview as to your variance request?
Sure. Right here? So the variance request was in regard to our desire to put up a deer fence. And current statute, I guess, allows for a 6-foot fence. We're planning on putting up an 8-foot fence. We're up on Mount Tremper, no immediate neighbors, and we did not think it would impair on anybody's experience, so. But we understand you have to go through the process of getting a variance, and that's what the variance is for. So we have quite a few ornamental plants around the house, and the deer have been particularly aggressive, trimming them down, so it's been a constant battle.
This is going to be the entire perimeter?
Not of the property, no. No, according to the drawing, it's just around the house. It's a corner of the property. The property is 22 acres. The part that we're fencing is 1,000 running feet, approximately 250 feet on either side of the house.
You say 300 by 200.
Yep.
Okay, so in this case, we have to leave the public hearing until we're done with all.
You vote in.
Was that?
You vote in.
Yeah, so we do the public
Yeah.
hearing.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
John Seto?
I have their public that wants to speak.
Okay. Hey, John.
Should I stay here or come up here?
Nope.
Here?
Yes, there is a.
I just want to, I'm going to put up a fence, and I just want to get a variance to put up an 8-foot fence instead of a 6-foot fence.
And this, your hardship was issues with?
I have me and my neighbor, we don't see eye to eye. And I think it would make us, it would be better for both of us.
Okay.
Rather than go into any details and everything like that. I see my neighbor's here, so see what he says. I have no idea what he's gonna say, but I heard he was in favor of the fence.
Okay. All right, great. So why don't you sit down and then we'll have whoever else.
I could give you a big list of reasons, but I'd
We went through that last
I'd rather.
time. We heard it. You did good.
Oh, okay.
Joseph Galvano.
Good evening, gentlemen. I am the neighbor, and I'm strongly opposed to an 8-foot fence. Indeed, I'm opposed to any fence between our properties. There's no need for a fence. Mr. Seto cannot demonstrate any hardship. It seems to me that his big reason is to keep me off his property. I never go on his property. We come up on weekends. We don't even speak. I haven't spoken to him in a year. This is nothing but retaliation for what occurred last year. We've had this house since 1988. 14 years ago, Mr. Seto moved in with Mr. Panetti, the co-owner and his partner. As soon as he moved in, there began a litany of complaints, beginning with he insisted we cut down trees bordering his property because he was objecting to the fact that branches and leaves fell from his tree, our tree, onto his property. It escalated to complaints about laundry smell. Apparently, we did too much laundry. I have 4 kids coming up with me. There's laundry to do. But apparently, the laundry made him sick. Well, that escalated even further. He then complained that we had a septic problem. He called it a multifaceted problem. And he insisted we dig up our septic system and that we had to reroute the dryer into a pipe into the ground so that it would vent away from him. Well, we refused. That agitated him, and he threatened us that he would call the DEP and the police. Apparently, he must have called the police because sometime later, Officer Ryan from this department spoke to me and said that Seto did make a complaint, and that he thought that we had a meth lab in our basement because of a toxic smell, and he wanted the police to investigate that. Well, Officer Ryan didn't smell anything and declined the request. Things came to a head last year. We came up in April, actually it was the end of March, for Easter, and we noted large branches strewn across our driveway. And then when I went into the backyard, I noticed the trees bordering my property and Seto's property, clear cut, all cut down. I confronted the co-owner, Mr. Panetti, and we had a discussion, and I told him to keep him under control and keep off our property, or things would get worse. We came up in Memorial Day, and on Memorial Day I noticed a large pine in my front yard cut down. The maple tree next to my house, outside of my window by the kitchen, cut down. All gone. So now the police, also there was a road cut into our back to bring heavy equipment in. The police had to be called at that point. I have a map if you'd like to see the areas I circled where we did the damage. Well, anyway, the police were called, Officer Ryan responded, and they did an investigation. It took about a month or two, and, oh yes. The material that was emails back and forth to the Shandaken Police Department. Ryan investigated for about a month or two, and then advised me later that the district attorney assigned to this area declined to prosecute because they felt this was something that should be handled civilly rather than criminally. Well, anyway, a lawsuit was started, filed in Kings County. And here's the paperwork.
Excuse me, are you the plaintiff in the suit?
Oh, yes,
Okay.
yes. There's the paperwork I filed in Kings County. The lawsuit papers were forwarded by Mr. Panetti to his homeowner's carrier, Sterling Insurance Company. Now, Sterling Insurance Company accepted coverage, and they did their own investigation. Now, mind you, this was filed in June. They did an investigation. Here's the email that was sent from Sterling Insurance Company to me. They did their investigation, they accepted liability, and they settled the case after we negotiated for $35,000 in damages. 2 months. That's how quickly they realized that he was in the wrong. And here are the closing papers. This request is nothing more than retaliation. He didn't get what he wanted. He clear-cut that area because he wanted to expand his property onto mine so he could expand maybe his garden. I don't know what he wanted to do. This is retaliation. This is a classic spite fence. Look, I used to be able to go out on my porch or look out my window and I'd see the trees, I could see Slide Mountain. Now I'm going to look at an 8-foot plastic fence. No, I really object to that. I don't think he needs any fence. No one goes on his property. I'm only planting trees where he cut down the bushes and the trees. Let them grow. This is in Brooklyn. We don't need fences. Anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate you hearing us.
Victoria Galvano?
We bought our house in 1988. We bought it for 2 reasons. I'm from here. I lived in West Shandaken. I grew up here. I graduated from Montiora. I love this place. But we bought the house in Shandaken because it was far enough from my parents' house and my aunt's house, not to be too close, and also because of the location. My property was surrounded by trees until John Setto cut them down. I begged him to stop. He told me he wasn't going to stop till he finished. We had the lawsuit. We won. He told 2 neighbors that he won, that we appeared in front of a judge. We did not. It was settled out. He told the neighbors he won air rights. Is that why the 8-foot fence is going up? To show that he got air rights? We started planting trees already. I don't want the sun and the trees blocked out any more than it already is. It's retaliatory. Thank you.
And Tuan Wang.
I'm representing Lou and Patty Carmiotti. They have property at 19 Schweitzer Road.
That's not this item for the public hearing. They have an application in.
Oh, okay.
They'll see you at during the meeting.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Sorry, that's all right. Yep. That's all we have from the public.
Can I respond? Am I allowed to respond to what he said? No? Okay.
No, we heard from you.
Okay.
You spoke at length at the last meeting.
I just want to say 95% of
No,
what he said.
thank you.
Oh, okay.
We're good. Thank you. So my question is, was there illegal logging done on somebody else's property that didn't belong to this gentleman?
It appears that way because he $35,000.
Yes,
our lawsuit
said yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what the lawsuit
Before we
is.
get any much further, are we crossing a line from the business of the zoning board of appeals into either a civil matter or possibly a criminal matter?
Well, if I may.
I don't believe that. This is sort of separate. It appears to be a slight sideshow to the other factors that are going on here.
Sir,
This gentleman has
civil
something?
matter is resolved. It was settled.
Okay.
In our favor.
In our favor.
No, it hasn't.
Sit down.
Okay.
But Mr. Settle has every right to build a fence. It's just that.
He has to prove a hardship for it to be 8 feet high.
Yeah, it's the issue of the height and also the
Right.
positioning of the fence.
Right.
So he's every right to build a fence as long as it's within the zoning laws. So what you're saying is an 8-foot fence would impair your view shed?
Well, also, the work he did last year did significant damage to my property. If he puts a 6-foot 4-foot, 8-foot fence right along the property line. And from what I can see from the plans, it's going to go from Fox Hollow Road all the way to the back. He's got to put it right along the property line because his garage is so close. He's going to damage whatever bushes I have left there. I don't trust him. He says one thing, does another.
Howie, is there a setback for that?
Fences can be
On the line?
right on the property line, but they have to be on your property. Can't be on the neighbor's property.
Well,
So it's within his right? to-
it's within his
at this
right to
point,
put
build
a fence.
6-foot
However, I don't want further damage to my property. Now, I prefer no fence because, as I said, it's unnecessary. I'm here on weekends with my family, and a lot of times when we come up on weekends, we're with my brother-in-law. We're not even there. The only people in the house, maybe my kids, when they're up and they don't feel like going to see Uncle George. Nobody's going over his side. Nobody goes on his property. I haven't spoken to him for a year.
Lowe's is putting the fence in, Lowe's, I already paid him. I'm not putting the fence in.
Officer Ryan said, stay away from him, which we do. We don't talk to him.
Well, I would
But-
say the old adage, good fences make good neighbors.
Perhaps.
And if you, I would say, stick with what code requires, and
We'll make it, well, actually, we'll make the determination. The public
meeting,
hearing is completely over. We'll revisit this in a few
But
minutes.
anyway, an 8-foot fence, 6 foot's bad enough. 8-foot fence is going to block whatever planting we have there, and I'm not going to be able to see anything out the window. I object. Thank you.
Thank you.
That whole area was a dump.
Okay, sir, we're good. Okay, so,
It's gonna be Breadwill with, for Anna Hieronymus.
okay, he's not here.
Nope, he's here.
Oh, he's it, okay.
Beauty?
You can raise it.
There you go.
Hi,
Hi, Brad.
So we're back, we were here last month, of course, with you, and you had the public hearing. You've had some time to review the letter, the memorandum from Michael Moriello, and the drawings, and so we're here to answer any questions you might have.
Okay. Is there anyone here to speak?
The only, I do have correspondence,
Okay.
which is in your packet. It is going to be for, it is addressed to Keith Johnson. It is from Miss Hillary Smith.
Correspondence from Hillary Smith.
oh, I saw that.
It's an email form. Should be right behind your,
While you're looking for that, I'll just note that you should have received the recommendations from the county planning board
that's with you.
last week. They met on the 4th of this month, and
Okay, here we go.
recommendations were generated last week. And those recommendations, of course, are for you to take all or none or some, your discretion.
I've not had time to review these yet, but,
And you've also heard from your CFM, Rob Stanley, about the efficacy, the viability of the restaurant use on the property. He's spoken to that as early as July. So that's, I imagine that's been circulated internally.
We also have conditional approval from the planning board as well.
Yes, and there's that.
Recommendation from the county, conditional approval from planning, and review from Rob Stanley. So
I'd like to keep the public hearing open on this particular
Okay.
and then,
is that because not enough was reviewed in time for this? Because it was a month ago.
what's that?
Why is it being left open? We
Because
had
I
a
have some
month-
questions and some other additional information that I want to require of you guys. And I think we should have possible public comment on that also.
what was the last month for?
Was that,
What was the last 4 weeks used for then?
what was it used for?
Well, I mean, like, why were questions not brought to us during that time to prepare for tonight?
Because they're volunteer and they only come for the meeting, so it's really difficult to get everybody on board at any given one time.
Okay.
We don't have a workshop for the zoning board
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we do for the planning board,
Okay.
which is really, really helpful, you guys.
Yes, definitely,
You
definitely.
know, it's so informal and we're able to review
Yeah.
information, so.
It's
Wish I
not
could give
true
you-
that we don't do homework.
No, I know, it was just after last meeting, it felt like things were moving towards a very, like, almost finite point for this hearing.
Well,
so
we're
it seems-
really getting close, I think,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
everything
yeah,
and
definitely.
being in order. We just need everybody to have an opportunity to look at
Okay.
all of the information.
Right,
We too want to move toward a finite decision.
excellent.
So in reviewing some of the case law on this and some of the recommendations made especially by James Kuhn, you're familiar with the James Kuhn series, the New York State Government Technical Series information.
I'm not familiar with, but I'm aware of it.
Okay. So in a use variances, I think in the many years I've been on this board, have only come up once before. So we're much more adept at area variances. But in the case of a use variance, you have to prove, you've actually got to bring forth dollar and cents evidence that you cannot recoup your investment in that property by any of the allowable uses in that zone. I saw in the information we had before, there was sort of like an interpretation on your part, but we really would need really dollar and cents quotations stating why it is that her initial investment cannot be recouped by any of the possible allowable uses for that.
Well, I believe that was addressed in quite a bit of detail in Mr. Moriello's addendum. It was very deep in